So now we're going to get into the real meat of the assembly mode here, so the position tools. So basically I placed in 3 parts into this assembly file, and we're going to assemble them. So we're going to make constraints to constrain these in the order that we want. So we've got a few different tools in here. So first let's talk about rotate. Rotate is just like you click an object and you can rotate it in an orbit sense. So this will just make things easier to look at. So if you want to line these up in a certain manner, it might not be helpful to have this one sideways like that. So it might just be helpful to you to sort of rotate it like this. Same tools as the view rotate. Same thing with move. You can easily drag things around, but nothing precise. So as you see, we've moved them around a bit. It's not going to help you too much. So now constrain. This is the real important one. So if we open up constrain, we've got 4 different types: insert, tangent, angle, and mate. So mate, we'll talk about that one first. That'll bring 2 axes or edges or really anything you want flush together. So if I want to mate, I can mate. As you see, it'll give me the option to mate this face. I'll mate this face, or sorry, we'll put the this brick on top of this brick. So I'll mate this face with flush with that face. So there you see it. Now those 2 faces are constrained, and if we move them around, it stays. Oh, I guess I forgot to hit OK or something. So constrain it again. And then apply. There, now if we drag this around, it should remain mated. And it does. But that's not how Lego pieces connect. We're going to have to line up the... we can either line up these bumps, or we can line up this face with this face. So we can mate this face with this face, but instead of going mate solution, we can go flush, and now we've got these 2 faces flush, and then we can simply do that again for this face and this face. And there we go. Now we're fully constrained. We can't move this around. It doesn't move. It's fully constrained here. So now to show you another type of constraint, we'll constrain this other block too. Same way for the bottom. We'll constrain it to the top. And now we'll constrain these axes together. So now you can see we're constrained almost completely here. We'll just constrain 2 more axes. And now we are fully constrained. Our whole block will move as one. Now, if you open up these blocks in the model tree, you can see all the constraints we made. So 3 constraints on each one. So if you change your mind on this constraint, you can click it, hit delete, or right-click delete, and now that constraint is gone. So we'll go ahead and delete all these. And I'll show you some more tools. Okay, so constrain. If we go to angle, now this is similar to what we were doing before. We can constrain this face to this face at an angle of, let's say, 10 degrees. Oh, we gotta pick the faces. Selection 1. So now they're at 10 degrees. What if I said 20 degrees? Darn. Okay. So now you can see if I change the angle here, if I say 45 degrees, this face, so the axes coming out of this face versus the axes coming out of this face are at 45 degrees, if you can picture that. So if I said 180 degrees, let's change it. Now the axis coming out of this face and the axis coming out of that face are at 180 degrees, as you can see. So that's one other type of constraint that might be useful to you. What else we got? So basically for the angle constraint, you've got a couple different solutions. So direct angle, undirected angle, and explicit reference vector. Basically what you do is you just pick angle and then you pick your three selections, so 1, 2, and then 3 for example, and then you pick your solution. So for this one you'll only have 2, as I just illustrated. So now tangent, basically if you've got circular objects, okay, we do actually here, so we can make these tangent. So you get 2 solutions here, one inside, one outside. So we'll try outside first. So this tangent with that, and now they are tangent on the outside. So these 2 circles are tangent to each other. But if I said tangent inside, they should overlap. And they do. So now they're tangent inside. What else do we have? Insert. We don't have anything we can insert, but really you could do everything you need to do pretty much with mate and angle. You really don't need these too often, but they might come in handy once in a while. Now assemble, this tool here, this is basically a quick way to put together these constraints. So instead of having to click through each constraint, you could just click assemble, and then you can mate this with this. It's just a quick way to do the stuff that I showed you. And then maybe, oh, then you enter, then it prompts you for a distance. So we can say, if we want to say 10 or 1, it's basically an offset. But a mate offset 0 is touching. We have that option in the constraint as well, offset here, but usually you keep it to 0. So we can click assemble again and align these axes of these circles, that with that. Whoops. Basically the assemble tool is quick, but it is finicky, and you might be best sticking with the constraint tool. Yeah, this is wonky. Okay, we'll constrain this. To be honest, I don't use the assemble tool very much because it doesn't really understand exactly what you're saying half the time. You see, it wants to flip the piece here, which is no good. But I could easily just as quickly constrain it. So just say this face and that face, flush. This face and that face, flush again, and there we go. So yeah, I'd stick to the constraint, and it's pretty quick to use. Shouldn't have too many problems. But the assemble tool is very useful. So I'll go over some more features in the assembly mode in the next video. Stick around.